I evaded most of the questions. I said some things that were away from the margins of veracity. Number one, he talked about the fact that the reason why the fight started was because Fubara was trying to remove the National Assembly person. No, there was pretty much coexistence in the National Assembly until they started pivoting to him because of the initial fight he had with them, and things went awry. Secondly, he also talked about the fact that he needs nothing from Fubara. But the question is, why is he putting a hand in Rivers State? He was talking about the court case filed by the APC. He's in the PDP. What's his concern with the APC's case? And why is it that all of a sudden this man has become empowered? The APC person has become empowered. Why, all of a sudden? Another question I would have loved to ask him yesterday is, he talked about the fact that he went through a lot of disruptions in his own tenure and everything. Is that good enough to now meet at that level of destruction? He said the violence was because of the fact that he didn't follow the court order, but he also forgets that there was another subsisting court order by the Rivers State High Court. He praised the judiciary, but he also condemned the state government for going to get court orders for Rivers State High Court. So if you can do it successfully, how about you getting checked by the Rivers State High Court and you're saying, oh, they have a lot of expertise there? Then he went further to say, oh, Fubara he knows the people that did the arson, he should prosecute them immediately. No, he has to go through a judicial panel of inquiry to be able to get to remote causes, because if he goes ahead and he becomes high-handed, he will be seen as a dictator. So I think the man largely just evaded most of the questions, because I would have loved to put most of those questions to him and press him on those questions. What we just call for is let peace reign. And he also said it's not because of resources fighting Fubara that he has his own budget. Please, Mr. Wike, that money is for the FCT, it's not for you. Why do you call it your own budget? You might just oversee it as the FCT minister. And when you're not there tomorrow, another person will oversee the budget. Please, let peace reign.
Okay, what are the issues in Rivers State yesterday? They are as follows. The first is that Governor Fubara tried to assert control. Two things he did yesterday. He swore in 4 new commissioners. And after that, he also set up a 7-man panel of inquiry. The 4 commissioners, he was telling them about their responsibility, how to help to move Rivers State forward. The 7-man panel of inquiry was telling them to investigate the issue of arson that occurred on October 7 in Rivers State. And he told that commission of inquiry that perhaps if they were able to do their job and identify the persons involved, this will be the end to arson and violence in Rivers State. Well, again, we've been saying that, what's his name? Governor Fubara has become the man. He's stepping up. He's asserting himself. And I think that's a very good development, and that he would sustain it, even if he's been backed by elders of Rivers State, but whatever it is. He is the governor, and he needs to assert himself. The son becoming the father of the father, as I've argued previously on this program, and he's following the example of the godfathers before him. He too is emerging as a godfather. The future of his own godfatherism, we will be here to analyze it and to determine whether it is right or wrong. That's the first part. The second part is that the 23 local government council areas, whose chairmen had been sworn in by this same Governor Fubara, could not access their offices on Monday this week, because in Eleme, Emoha, Obiakpo, Aoda East, and Ikwere local governments, there was attack on the various local governments. But the various local government chairmen have been able to seize control, and they returned. In Eleme and I think Ikwere, the local government chairmen could not access their offices as a result of arson that had been committed. But they were there, and they had their boys also saying, well, with them. If they dare, let them, if they can dare us, let them show up. So what is all of this about? It's about chaos in Rivers State. And I think it's important that they have a new commissioner of police on the ground, even if the police is responding a bit lately, to now say that, look, we have a responsibility as the police to enforce law and order in Rivers State. You recall that President Tinubu intervened. Some people think he intervened too late. The police are saying that they were obeying Federal High Court order to stay away from the election. But the police have now been reminded, wittingly or unwittingly, that their constitutional duty is to protect the state, ensure law and order, protect life and security in any part of Nigeria. And that is why I think that it's important that the conundrum about conflicting, contradictory judgments by the State High Court and the Federal High Court is something that needs to be addressed by the judiciary. And Justice Kudera Kekere-Kuntsigen had pointed out that she will address the problem of indiscipline anywhere in Nigeria. And I think that this is a what do they call it? A test case for her in Rivers State. As for Wike showed up on television yesterday, and he was saying, well, you know, if Fubara knows who the arsonists are, why is he setting up a panel of inquiry? And that in any case, he should just ask that those people should be arrested. He distanced himself from the arson. Well, what Governor Fubara is doing basically is to follow due process. He says Governor Fubara knelt down for him. That why did he kneel down for him? That he would like to know. Did he commit an offense? You know, there's a lot in Rivers State that the people need to deal with. But I will end with Tonyeko's statement on this program yesterday, who said that there should be a meeting of the godfathers, Wike, Sir Peter Odili, and Sir Rotimi Amechi. I think he's also a knight, you know, whatever, you know, that they should come together and decide to give peace a chance in Rivers State. Because these are the main leaders of Rivers State, and they have their followers and the godfathers. In fact, the suggestion from Tonyeko, who was very calm yesterday, perhaps the only calm politician in Rivers State. All the other ones are yeah. But Tonyeko came here yesterday and it was very calm. Is that, look, the leaders should come together and say the interest of the people must prevail. What must prevail is the interest of the people of Rivers State. Tonyeko has already given them the direction in which they can possibly go. Can they consider that and give peace a chance? And not create a 1965 situation in Rivers State that President Tinubu would find himself having to struggle with.
Well, he had actually said that meeting, the round table of Rivers elders, should be convened by the president and that he should bring them all to the table. I don't know to what extent or how that would be possible, but that perhaps might be the beginning of the path to peace in the state. But let me just touch on one thing, which is this thing around the arsonists and this penchant for destroying state properties and the commonwealth of the people when there's a crisis in the state. Yesterday, I had talked about the fact that last year, actually almost a month to this day, 29th of October 2023, the State House of Assembly was also torched, it was burnt. I mean, there was different variety of stories around that. And when the governor now says that he wants to unveil or unravel and investigate the people behind it, then you'd go back to what's happening with those who were behind that particular incident. Yes, the Federal High Court in Abuja had arraigned 5 people to that, you know, to answer for that. But usually what happens, and I hope that the people will listen to this, is that there are the low-hanging, the easy praise, who are then picked, and then they take on the responsibility or pay for the price of the things that whoever it is sponsoring them does. Till now, the case hasn't been settled, the matter is still in court. But it's just to say that when justice is prolonged for such a long time, especially for a crime like that, it's almost, you know, it's delayed. It's almost justice denied. And so when the governor says that, yes, he's going to ensure that everybody who was responsible for that will be brought to the book, that would be a great deterrent. That would be a great way to kill impunity in the state where any small thing, you burn you destroy properties, you waste the people's money, and then the people, even after the dust has settled, as we've now heard, thankfully, that in Rivers State there's relative calm and peace in the 23 local council areas. But who's going to pay for the damage that has happened? It's the people who are going, the money that should go to infrastructure, money that should go to running the state, money that should go to paying salaries, money that should go to fixing roads, would then go to rebuilding something that some people who felt aggrieved or in a political play decided to destroy.